wish and they wish and they wish and they wish and they wishing on me. Yeah.
Hi guys, it's a little crooked. Okay, so today we're going to take a little break from all the deep stuff, and I wanted to talk about how to audition for, be looked at, get a dance agent. There's three main ways. I'm gonna look for my notes now. There's three main ways. First, in person, that's obvious. Second, online, and third, in them kind of scouting you out in classes and stuff. So the first way with the in-person, I did that 2 times. Once when I was 16 for Clear Talent Group, and once when I was about 19, right before COVID, with Block. Most of the in-person ones, you should definitely be bringing a headshot and a resume. Headshots, I do recommend. There's a lot of investments, in your dance career and stuff, and I would recommend trying to save up some money first to really get some good, professionally looking headshots. Really do your research, and go ahead when you find someone who is that you like their photos and stuff like that. Ask them questions and stuff. Make sure they're a good fit for your headshot, because those are so important. I'm trying to find my notes. I'm going to do this every time, I swear to God. But the headshots are super important for any audition, and I recommend you just getting it done with before you actually audition for an agent. Most of the in-person auditions that I've went to have 3 rounds. The first one I was 16, I got past the first round, but then I had to go to a competition rehearsal, sadly. And that first round, what was it? I think it was just a combo. And I think the second round they were going to add on to it, but I wouldn't know. That was for Clear Talent. The second in-person audition I went to right before COVID was for Block. I got past the first round, second round, and third round. First one I believe was walking, super important. Second one was a heels combo with Soraya Lundy. And the third was the same heels combo, but with a slate. And slates are super important. That's basically when they film you with a camera or phone, really, whatever. And they usually tell you what they want you to say, but you usually say your name, height, and obviously not your agency. But usually maybe name, height, and location sometimes. That's super, super important. Sometimes more important than the dancing, because they really want to see how you talk to people. So much of your dance career is nonverbal communication, and the energy and the vibes and how people feel just when they are around you. And a lot of people nowadays just want to work with good people. So I'm very awkward. So I really had to work on that a lot, because nobody wants to feel awkward when they're in a rehearsal or on a job. It's a weird energy, so you just want to get used to that. So even if you're gonna do this, put up a camera, talk to it, just talk, stuff like that. You really want to put a nice outfit together that represents you and makes you feel good. That's the most important part. So yeah, that's first. Usually in-person auditions, I haven't seen a lot since COVID, to be honest, but I would just follow all of the agencies that you personally like. I just followed everyone. I didn't care what they did, I just followed. Clear Talent Group, MSA, the Movement Talent Agency, which is my agent, MTA. We got Block. Who else? I know for musical theater, there's CESD. There's, I don't know the other ones, but I know Block, CTG, MSA, and MTA are all New York and Los Angeles. CESD, I'm not sure, but follow them on Instagram, Facebook. If they have a TikTok, I don't know. Follow them in every social media you can. They will post usually on their story and their feed if they're having an audition. Okay, I still didn't find my notes yet. Here it is. Second is, I don't even need these. I'm so good. Okay, second is online submissions. This is how I got my agent. Online submissions are a lot more popular now with COVID. So, well, I would recommend really like getting this down, getting the filming, usually, again, resume, headshot, and now a dance reel. So a dance reel is basically like a 1.5 to 2 minute video. I would say 2.5 is really pushing it, but that, I would say that's the limit of your best dance videos. If you have not done any jobs yet, then I would recommend having someone film you. It could be a family member. I had my mom film me on my phone, and we went around all different parts of my neighborhoods. I took combos that I've learned in the past, and I gave the choreographer credit. Some choreographers, if you're too nervous, you could always DM them and ask them. They probably will not answer most of the time, a lot of them, because they have so many followers and stuff, but at least give them credit. And each clip should be like 10 seconds. It's basically just your best dancing, all your best styles, any tricks you have. And if you have jobs, then, you can add those as well. But dance reel is super, super important. Make sure you do your research on that. And yeah, I would put the extra effort in. Don't just take old dance videos, because the agents, anybody who's ever looking at your dance reel can see the effort. It doesn't have to, you don't have to pay someone like a videographer, an editor, like $500 to do it if you really don't have the money to invest. But do your best. Sorry, that's my crazy dog. Do your best to put in the most effort that you possibly can. I can't stay here. Okay. Do your best to put in the most effort that you can, because they could see it. And most of them, I'm going to put in pictures here of their websites. I remember Clear Talent was an email. I think MSA also had an email that you could just put in. And with the emails, be careful. Don't be writing a long message. Like, it should be a short, professional message. Your subject should be very clear. I usually put my name in all caps, like Jocelyn Martinez, and then a dash. If you're submitting to the New York City NYC commercial dance submission, or NYC musical theater submission, whatever. Very clear. Then, dear, whatever, here I have attached my dance reel, headshot, and resume below. I am submitting for blah, blah, blah. Thank you for your consideration and your time, and I hope to hear from you in the near future. Something like that, sincerely, put it there. Because if the message is too long, they're not going to listen to it, because people don't have time nowadays. People don't have time, so make it clear and simple. As simple for them as possible to read. MTA, I think MTA was like they had a little application, I feel like, in there. I don't even remember, in their website. I know Block had an application in their website with a few extra questions about training and who you are and stuff like that. Take your time with that. It might seem a little tedious, but like, if you really want this, if you really want it, like, take your time and put it into it. Don't just write it, because that's really important too. Obviously, don't write too much for that as well. Just a little bit, but clear, and really think about it. It's kind of like a little cover letter situation. CESD I did not apply to, because I do commercial dance. I don't really do musical theater. But yeah, online submissions, best time is October and March, because October is right before the Christmas shebang. So they're pretty, I say a lot. The agents are not as busy, I would say, in October. I've heard, like, doing my research and asking other people when I was doing this, and same as March, because then everything comes in the summer. So I would say October and March. If you don't get an answer, because a lot of times they won't message you and say, I'm sorry. It's not like college where they message you and say, we didn't like you. So if they don't answer, I would say after a few weeks, wait 6 months and do it again. Don't do it right away, because it's just not going to do anything. It's just going to make you more crazy. So I submitted online to CTG. I got an answer back a week later, but then I had a Zoom call. It went pretty good, and then the lady went on pregnancy leave, so I didn't get an answer back, and I was freaking myself out, and then I realized that she went on pregnancy leave. She came back. We had another email. She wanted to sign me, and then I never got an answer back. And so I just kept going on with my life. Submitted again 6 months later to all the agencies, and then MTA, my agency now, Jim Keith, he answered back, and now I love the agency that I'm with. And third is basically they just come and scout people out. Sometimes they'll come to classes. I know I've been to BDC classes, BDC, Broadway Dance Center classes, where they've come in, MSA, I think like 2 people walked in, just watched. Conventions, I see them at all the time. And I would say even if you're in like a show like Carnival in Los Angeles and New York City, you never know. At a job, if you get a little job, like you never know. So just always be doing your best. Even with TikTok now and Instagram and stuff, they are scouting everywhere. So they're always looking for new talent. So just stick to what you got and always give it your all in classes, etc. That's pretty much it. So 3 ways: in person, online, and scouting at random events. Just do your research. I would say submit to all of them if you can. I did. You never know who's going to answer. And don't give up. That's the most important part. I started when I was 16. I didn't get signed till I was, I think, just about turning 20. So it takes some time. Just really commit to your headshot, your resume, your reel. Make it as professionally looking as possible and keep training so you stay ready. Okay, that's it. That's it for today. If you have any other questions, please write them in the comments. I'm going to definitely be doing more videos. A bunch popped in my head as I was doing this, like how to do self-tapes, how to do headshots, and what a professionally looking resume looks like, dance reels, all that. How to research agencies, what kind of agencies are better, you know? So I definitely will be doing all those videos, obviously not right away, but if you have any other questions, I would still love to answer them. So don't be afraid, because I just want to help you guys out, because I wish I had some more in-depth videos like this to watch when I was doing all this stuff. So good luck if you're looking for an agent, and bye. I'm gonna go eat lunch now.